Have you ever caught yourself in the middle of a self-fulfilling prophecy? Perhaps on a day you woke up convinced it was going to be bad and it turned out exactly as you dreaded? Or maybe you've seen the opposite happen. A day you approached with optimism went surprisingly well. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to an exploration of the law of assumption, an often underestimated yet powerful psychological phenomena which asserts that our assumptions shape our realities. Today, we're going to delve into how our mindsets literally create the world we experience and how you can transform yours to create the reality you desire. The law of assumption posits that by assuming the feeling of already having what we want, we can manifest our desires into reality more effectively than through traditional manifestation methods. This principle is rooted in the belief that our thoughts and emotions are potent forces that can influence our reality. Although the law of assumption and traditional manifestation are similar in nature, both techniques involve aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your desires. The law of assumption places a strong emphasis on embodying the feeling of having your desires already fulfilled, while traditional manifestation techniques may involve a variety of practices to manifest desires. Now, before we dive in, let's establish something fundamental. The law of assumption is not magical thinking. It's not about wishing upon a star and expecting the universe to hand you everything on a silver platter. It's grounded in psychological principles and has real, tangible effects on our lives. Let me take you on a journey that starts with the neurons in your brain and stretches all the way into the farthest reaches of your personal universe. Our story begins with a seed, a simple, seemingly insignificant thought. But from this thought, something remarkable grows. When we assume something to be true, we're not just idly considering a possibility. We are, to put it in the plainest terms, programming our brains. You might be wondering how this programming happens. Well, it all has to do with the reticular activating system, our brain's natural filter for prioritizing information. When we harness the law of assumption, we shape our reticular activating system to highlight and focus on information that reinforces our beliefs. Simply put, you'll find proof of your assumptions everywhere because your brain is wired to seek it out for you. Let's add some scientific meat to these bones. Consider for a moment the well-documented placebo effect. This effect occurs when patients experience a genuine improvement in their health after being given a treatment that is, in reality, ineffectual, like a sugar pill. The patients assumed they were getting a real treatment, and their bodies responded accordingly. This powerful evidence speaks volumes about the effect of assumption on physical reality. Or consider the extraordinary phenomenon of spontaneous remission cases in which individuals recover from serious illnesses without any medical explanation. Case studies have found that a significant change in the patient's mindset often precedes such remissions. Their assumptions about themselves and their health dramatically shift, and so does their physical condition. But the law of assumption isn't just about our internal health. It applies to every facet of our life. Take, for instance, the Pygmalion effect in education, where teachers' expectations of students significantly influence their performance. If a teacher assumes a student is talented and capable, they interact with that student differently, offering them more support, attention, and opportunities to succeed. And so the student does. Now, let's bring this home, literally. Meet Anna. Anna was perpetually convinced that conflict was an inevitable component of all her relationships. It wasn't until Anna recognized her assumptive pattern and actively worked to change her assumptions towards her relationships that she began to experience more peaceful, harmonious interactions. Her relationships didn't change, her assumptions did, and then, as if by magic, the relationships followed. We could take a peek into the world of sports, where athletes use visualization techniques, a form of assumption practice, to to improve their performance. A famous example is the renowned golfer Jack Nicklaus, who often asserted that he never took a shot, not even in practice, without having a sharp, in-focus picture of it in his head first. His remarkable career speaks to the efficacy of such methods. Perhaps at this point, you might be asking, how can I apply this to my life? The answer is through deliberate practice and a targeted change in what you project onto the blank canvas of your days. By focusing on positive and empowering thoughts and feelings, you attract positive experiences and circumstances into your life, which can ultimately rewire your brain to foster a more optimistic mindset. Thanks to the brain's neuroplasticity, which refers to its ability to change and adapt as a result of experience. What if every morning you assumed that something wonderful was going to happen to you? And what if you assumed that you had the power to tackle your challenges creatively and effectively? What colorful masterpieces might you paint on that canvas then? Another great technique is to assume possession. Instead of longing for your dream, you assume what it would feel like to live it. You act as if you already have what you want, which sends out a vibration of positivity and attraction. While maintaining a positive mindset is the essential key to manifestation, it's also necessary to take action and to not entertain negative thoughts into your positive party. Embracing the law of assumption means shifting from a passive receiver of life's whims to an active creator of your own experience. Here's a method to start with. Identify at least one limiting assumption you hold about yourself. Perhaps it's a belief that you're not good at public speaking or that you'll never be a leader. Now, flip it. Assume the opposite. Assume you are a compelling speaker. Assume you possess natural leadership qualities. Once you've established your new narrative, look for evidence to support it, just as your brain is eager to do. Volunteer to lead a team at work. Talk to friends about their successful public speaking experiences. Read books on influential leaders. And watch as your brain's reticular activating system begins working overtime to reaffirm your new assumption. What assumptions about your own life could you transform to unlock a vibrant new reality? The journey from assumption to reality is not merely a metaphor. It's woven into the very fabric of our minds and our lives, and it's yours to begin. Embark on this quest with eyes wide open, ready to embrace the unknown. Weave new patterns in the fabric of your existence, stitch by stitch, experience by experience. Life is calling to each of us, urging us to cast aside the shadows of assumption and step into the light of awareness. For on the other side of assumption lies a vast expanse of reality, an uncharted territory ripe with possibilities waiting to be explored and understood. This journey, this relentless pursuit of truth, is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, resilience, and an insatiable thirst for knowledge. The journey from assumption to reality is yours to begin. May you travel it with passion in your heart, clarity in your mind, and a steadfast spirit. Go forth and let your journey transform both the world and yourself.